So far, spoken about bookish characters I'll be subscribed to if they were on YouTube, and I've also spoken about bookish characters I would follow if they were on Instagram. And so I've decided to move on to the next social media on that list, which is Twitter. So here are 10 characters I believe would have a Twitter account, and I would totally be one of the millions of followers following them if they did. Starting with Chloe Brown in Get a Life Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. I think that snarky British humor would make Chloe the queen of witty comebacks on Twitter. I'd couple that in with her intelligence, and she's definitely, absolutely somebody I would be following on Twitter. Like, I'm just saying, I would follow her. I would live for her witty repertoire. I think following her would make me even more intelligent as a person and more snarky as a person, which is something I definitely am looking forward to. So I would be one of the people following Chloe on her Twitter, because I know she'll be on there and I know she'll have millions of followers on Twitter. So Chloe Brown, everybody. Next is Alex Clement Diaz from Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. You and I know that Alex would be on Twitter tweeting all about politics and being bisexual, and every time people try and tell him that, oh, you should not make everything all political, it will be reminding them how it is that him being bisexual and the biracial man of color whose mother is president in itself is a political statement. So his very identity is political, and he would always have opinions and voice and things to say about it, and we would all follow him because he's fucking Alex Clement Diaz and he's amazing. And Envy will be there retweeting his tweets and liking, not necessarily commenting like underneath the tweets but in the DMs, because we all know that Prince is shy as fuck, but he will be there offering all the support he can to his boyfriend. So yeah, I totally think that Alex will be on Twitter, and I would be following him undoubtedly on Twitter. That there's no doubting that, there's no disputing that fact. And then there's Star from the Age You Give by Andrew Thomas. I think Star will be big on black and activism Twitter. She would be really, really big, and even though she would at first like resent the fact that she can no longer use her Twitter for silly stuff, because now she has quite a large following, she would more than rise to the occasion and use her voice to lend like credence to the Black Lives Matter movement and talking about her experience, etc., etc., and we would love her for it. But I totally think Star would be big on black Twitter and activism Twitter, and I would be there following her and retweeting her and like being amazed at how someone so young is not just so fucking brilliant, but is also using the power she has to make a difference, to bring about a change. And then there's Amren from Akota series, to be precise, Akomath, who would be there tweeting the silliest, most terrifying things, and everybody will just be following her on Twitter and be wondering, like, does she really mean it? Is she really serious? Is she joking? What is she like? She will be that person of mystery, and she will only be following one person, just one person on Twitter, but she would have millions of followers. And like I said, she would live for confusing us and basically taking us through a mindfuck, but we'll be following her either way. So yeah, Amrin from the Akota series, like I said, to be precise, Akota of Mr. Fury. And the person that Amrin will be following would be Manon from Throne of Glass series. Yes, Manon is totally the only person Amrin will be following, because those two get each other and they would both be tweeting about crazy, terrifying shit, having their followers unsure if they really mean it. Like when Manon is going all about how she's so pissed right now, she definitely could like drink the blood of about 10-20 different humans, and Amren is like retweeting and replying with her, yes, you totally understand, today is one of those days. Everybody will be wondering, like, are they joking? Are they in some vampire cosplay kinky shit? But then they will be in each other's DMs talking about how exactly mortals and humans are fucking dumb, and the only way in which they can have survived the madness is just for them to drink some warm blood. So yeah, Manon would totally be on Twitter as well, and she and Amren would only follow one another. Like they would have millions of followers, but they will only be following one person, and it will be the other one. So Manon will be following Amren, and Amren will be following Manon, and those are the only two. Like every other person will just be following them, but like they would only interact with each other on Twitter, because that's just how they do it. And then there's Ifemelu from Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's Americana. Ifemelu would totally be on Twitter. She would be tweeting all about, you know, like when she first gets to the States, she'll be talking about, you know, being an immigrant in America and that experience, etc., etc. And then when she comes back to Nigeria, she'll be talking about, or she'll be tweeting all about the returning experience. And in between, she'll just be trolling the Twitter sphere for information to put in her blog, because we know that Ifemelu lives off of that so that she can have content for her blog. So she will totally be on Twitter for that, because she will be able to capture every aspect of all experiences and be able to feed it back into her blog and, you know, continue making money and fame off of that. So Ifemelu from Americana. And then there's Ren from To Best the Boys by Mary Weber. Ren will totally be on academic Twitter, and she'll be geeking out about research, about science, and having a blast until this news of COVID-19 spreads, and then she will rush out, you know, finally leave academic Twitter to go into main Twitter to debunk false statement, because there are so many wrong things being said all over the Twitter sphere, and she'll try debunking and try putting settings of people straight about the pandemic, and then she'll go back to academic Twitter and just hoping that the pandemic ends soon, because people are fucking idiots on Twitter, and you totally know that that would be Ren into Best of Boys. So yeah, she will totally be on Twitter, academic Twitter, only putting her head out of academic Twitter once in a while to debunk stupidity, and then go back to academic Twitter. It's just how she is. It's just how she is. But I will follow her either way, because she's just so fucking brilliant. And then there's Zainab from Love from A to Z by SK Ali. Zainab will totally be tweeting about Islamophobia and the discrimination Muslims face all over the world. And after she's suspended from school by a teacher, she will totally make a Twitter thread all about how the school system has failed its students by not providing them with adequate protection, especially the students who the school system considers minorities, etc., etc. Like, you totally would see it, and she will totally blow from there. She would have tens, hundreds, thousands actively following what she has to say, because she's so brilliant and she's so outspoken, and she's unwilling to let anybody silence her voice, and that is what Twitter exists for after all. So yeah, I totally think she'll be on Twitter, and I will totally be following her and getting all those tweets. And then Death of the Endless, that's Death from Neil Gaiman's Sandman series. Yes, Death of the Endless will totally be on Twitter, but she will also use her actual name, so she'll be at Death. You know, kind of like the way in which we have Satan and we have God on Twitter, we would also have Death on Twitter, except for the fact that she will be the real deal. And she'll find this hilarious as fuck, because people don't actually think that she is Death, but she is Death. And you know, it's an opportunity for her to get a little bit of that human experience outside of, you know, the once a year thing that she does where she has to take on a human form as Didi. So you just know that she would be on Twitter and she would have a blast, because it's Death and she finds this kind of things hilarious, absolutely hilarious. And finally, there's Blue. Yes, Blue from the Raven Cycle series by Maggie Stiefwater. Blue would have one of those, you know, the way in which on Twitter you can have multi-stan accounts where you are basically standing multiple groups and multiple people. Yeah, Blue would have multi-interest accounts, and she just has so many interests. So one minute she's talking about climate change, the next minute she's talking about spirits and ghosts and the power of the beyond, of the veil, and then the next minute she's talking about the power of dreams and being able to know if your dreams are real and what they mean. And in the next instant she's talking about, you know, getting reading and getting reading from the right source, from a trusted source, etc., etc. And that would just be what would be so exciting about following her. You never know what she's going to tweet about next, because her interest is so varied and so diverse, and she's just amazing. So definitely Blue from the Raven Cycle series by Maggie Stiefwater. I would follow her, and I think following her would be an absolute riot. So yeah, totally Blue. And so those are 10 characters that I would absolutely be following on Twitter. If they had a Twitter account, I think they will have a Twitter account, and I totally would be following them. Let me know down in the comments down below who are some characters you think will have a Twitter account, and what are the kind of things you think they would tweet about, and if you would follow them if they were on Twitter. If you like this video, please do not forget to give it a big thumbs up. Check out my other videos, subscribe if you want to, and if you do decide to subscribe, do not forget to click on that notification bell so you can know the minute I have a new video go up. I make new videos every Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I'll see you soon. Until then, stay passionate, love books, love yourself. Bye.